السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. بسم الله والحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وعلى آله وصحبه ومن والاه. رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقه قولي. وأصلي وأسلم على المبعوث رحمة للعالمين سيد الأولين والآخرين سيدنا محمد عليه أفضل الصلاة وأتم التسليم. As we enter the last 10 nights, and we are actually halfway through the 10 nights, I wanted to speak about the night of decree, the night of power, right? The night of ordainment. And no, I'm not talking about the 27th night, right? That's a misconception that's going on, that the 27th night is the night of decree. I'm actually talking about the night of decree, the true Laylatul Qadr. Because there's to clarify these misconceptions, there's been multiple authentic narrations during the right life of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, where the night of decree was the 23rd night, or the 25th night, or the 27th night, or the 29th night. And these were authentic narrations, one of which the Prophet ﷺ, he saw a dream, and the dream came to fruition, and the Sahaba, it was narrated by Abu Hurairah that this happened. So for the only a loser who sits there and thinks that the 27th night is the night of decree, and it cannot be any other night, when we know according to the ulama and according to the Prophet ﷺ and the ahadith, that it's a changing night. So the night of decree, the night of strength, the night of power, it's a very significant night, because Allah Azza wa Jalla, He says, فِيهَا يُفْرَقُ كُلُّ أَمْرٍ حَكِيمٍ. In it, all the ordainments, all the ordainments and all the ordainments of the year that comes are brought down. No, Allah Azza wa Jal is not making the decision on that night, but they're being announced. And according to Ibn Hatim, right, someone will be basically making their bed and not even worshipping the night of decree. And Allah Azza wa Jal is sending the message, and the message is coming down that he's due to die in that year. And they don't know about it. On this night, it's the night of strength. In it, a great guest comes to visit. Jibreel alayhi salam, he hasn't descended since the Messenger sallallahu alayhi wasallam has passed. He only comes to visit one night a year, and that is the night of decree. So we must be good guests to our hosts to our guests, as Jibreel comes to visit on this night. And on that night, the sky is filled with angels, all here to witness the miracle of the night of decree. So, dear brothers and sisters, as we have 5 more days left, 4 more days left of Ramadan, we need to strive to seek that night of decree, because on that night, when our wealth, when our health, when for the year to come, we will be in the Azza wa Jal, as these announcements, as is being determined, as our for the year is being announced, as our life for the year is being announced. We want to be in the best form we can be. We want to be in the we want to be with Allah Azza wa Jal. When that, we want to be in the dua, because Allah, the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, no dua span except donation. So on the night of decree, we want to be in dua, we want to be in salah, want to be in giving out donation, so that our lifespan may expand, so that our rizq may increase, so that our qadr can be made. And just keep in mind, dear brothers and sisters, those ordainments are even to the point where the announcement is, so and so will go to Hajj this year, or so and so will get married this year, or so and so will have wealth this amount this year, or so and so will get this job this year. So if we're seeking anything, this is the best opportunity to be in the best form of ibadah. So when the announcement is coming, we are prepared for this night. And dear brothers and sisters, we spoke before and we said the best form of ibadah in these 10 days is salah, in which we're combining khairul dhikr Quran, we're combining dua, we're combining adhkar, and we're with Allah Azza wa Jal. So only a loser that comes and thinks that the 27th night is all I need to work for me to attain the night of decree, for me to attain the rewards of the night of decree. Well, dear brothers and sisters, when the Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam is telling us, is letting us know that it's a changing night, which one of us can dare just declare that it's only the 27th night? What have you shown Allah Azza wa Jal from yourself in those 10 days to be awarded the night of decree? What have you done in order for Allah Azza wa Jal to bless you with the right of decree? There's going to be brothers and sisters who have entered the 10 days with us, and they may not witness the night of decree, but they work so hard on those days that Allah Azza wa Jal will reward them with the night of decree. That Allah Azza wa Jal will bless them with the rewards of the night of decree, because they shown Allah Azza wa Jal from themselves something that is worthy of the وَالَّذِينَ جَاهَدُوا فِينَا لَنَهْدِيَنَّهُمْ سُبُلَنَا. Something of those who strive in us, Allah Azza wa Jal promises to fulfill it. Allah Azza wa Jal promises to guide them to the path. Allah Azza wa Jal promises to give them that which they ask for. So dear brothers and sisters, there's still the 27th night, and the 29th night, and the 26th and the 28th night. So show Allah Azza wa Jal in those days something worthy of being rewarded, the night of decree. And in the night of decree, some of the best ibadahs to do is to go into i'tikaf. And one of the problems with i'tikaf, as I'd like to bring up, is that when we go into i'tikaf in the masjid, right, and i'tikaf doesn't necessarily have to be the 10 days. I'tikaf could be the time from me when I enter the masjid till the time I leave, I'm in i'tikaf. And what it means to be in i'tikaf is I cut off socializing. Is that I'm there to be with Allah Azza wa Jal. Is that I'm there to be in ibadah. I'm there to read Quran. I'm there to pray. I'm there to make dua. I'm not there to socialize. I'm not there to speak to this person and speak to that person and waste my entire night in gossip. In fact, dear brothers and sisters, some people miss out on the night of decree before they even make it to Isha. Right? They're sitting there on the iftar table and they're gossiping. And there goes the reward of the night of decree, because they started off. People tend to forget that the night of decree begins from the minute Maghrib comes until the minute Fajr comes in. So people lose out on the night of decree before they even get into the night of decree. So dear brothers and sisters, in those few days, show Allah Azza wa Jal something goodness from you, something good from yourself. Show your guest that is coming to visit you something good, because يُفْرَقُ كُلُّ أَمْرٍ حَكِيمٍ. And keep in mind, dear brothers and sisters, I wanted to bring something perspective, right? We are told, كُنْتُ خَيْرَ أُمَّةٍ أُخْرِجَتْ لِلنَّاسِ. You're the best of nations sent to mankind. But keep in mind, we're the short-lived nation. Our age span does not increase beyond, maybe the longest a person lives is 100 years. And this person who's living in 100 years, according to the ulama, 2/3 of our life is gone between sleeping and working. And the last third is probably wasted in eating and drinking and spending time with our family. And according to the ulama, the average Muslim worships about just 5% of their entire lifespan. So we're not 100 years of ibadah. Yes, sleeping is an ibadah. Yes, working is an ibadah. Yes, eating is an ibadah. Yes, interacting with our family is an ibadah. But the true ibadah of salah, qiyam, dua, reading Quran, we spend about 5% of our life in that. So how do we compete with the previous nations? How do we compete with the likes of Nuh, who preached to his people for 950 years? Or the likes of Musa alayhi salam, who was in his youth, he was 400 years. How do we compete with these people? How do we come on the day of resurrection and leading these nations in ibadah? Well, the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he says, Allah Azza wa Jal has blessed this ummah with something that he has not blessed any other nation before us with. And that is a night of decree. Laylatul Qadri khayrun min alfi shahr. It's better than 1,000 months of worship. And anybody that tells you it's equivalent to 1,000 months of worship, let me tell you something. They're depriving you of the complete reward. Because Allah Azza wa Jal, the one who sent the book, he says, khayrun min alfi shahr. It's even better than 1,000 months. In it, it's your ibadah in it is worth more than 83 plus years of ibadah. So 83 plus years of salah, 83 plus years of dua, 83 plus years of sujood, 83 plus years of good ibadah, just solid ibadah. Because only a crazy person will come on the night of decree and commit a sin. Only a person of ill intellect, of ill capacity and ill mindset will come and do something haram on the night of decree. So a night where you can get 83 solid plus years of ibadah to Allah Azza wa Jal. 83 years of dua. And imagine, dear brothers and sisters, your dua, your khatm of the Quran lands on the night of decree. That's 83 plus years of Khatm al-Quran. This is the blessing that Allah Azza wa Jalla has bestowed on us, and only a loser who misses out on the night of decree. Because according to the Messenger Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, he says in one of the narrations, the month of Ramadan has come to you. In it, a night that is worth more than 1,000 months of worship. Only a person who's deprived will be deprived of the reward of that night. So I ask you, dear brothers and sisters, to show Allah Azza wa Jal goodness from yourself within the remaining 10 nights of Ramadan. If you've missed out on the 21st, the 23rd, and the 25th, you still have the 27th and the 29th night. Show Allah Azza wa Jal in those remaining nights enough from yourself that even if you missed out on the night of decree because it was the 21st, 23rd, or the 25th, Allah Azza wa Jal is still capable of rewarding you with the reward of the night of decree if you show Him goodness within yourself. I ask Allah Azza wa Jal to make us from those who hear the words by them. Allahumma ahdina fi man hadayt wa afina fi man afayt wa barik lana fi ma a'tayt. Allahumma taqabbal siyamana wa qiyamana. اللهم بلغنا ليلة القدر يا رب العالمين وتقبلها منا يا رحمن يا رحيم وجزاكم الله خيرا والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.